job interview, question answer, and conversation. Interview for business analyst. Candidate name: Priya Sharma. Interviewer name: Ms. Aditi Kapoor, Senior HR Manager.
Good morning, Priya. I hope you found the office easily.
Good morning, ma'am. Yes, I did. The directions were very clear, and the location is quite convenient.
Great. Let's start with the basics. Tell me a little about yourself, your education, and your work background.
Sure. I'm Priya Sharma. I come from Jaipur, and I completed my graduation in computer science from Delhi University. After that, I pursued an MBA in business analytics from NMIMS Mumbai. Currently, I'm working as a junior business analyst at InfoWise Solutions, where I've spent the last 2.5 years. In this role, I've worked on gathering business requirements, preparing data models, and supporting product teams with insights. I've also been part of 2 major product launches.
That's a solid background. What made you choose business analytics as a career?
I've always enjoyed both problem-solving and working with data. During my MBA, I found that business analytics allowed me to combine both understanding business goals and translating them into data-driven decisions. I'm fascinated by how small insights can lead to major changes in business strategy.
Good to know. Now, can you walk me through a typical day in your current role?
Of course. I usually start by checking emails and reviewing updates on ongoing projects. Then, I attend a daily stand-up with the product and tech teams. My day involves writing and updating business requirement documents, analyzing user data, preparing reports using tools like Power BI and Excel, and coordinating with stakeholders to ensure alignment. I also present findings and recommendations in weekly review meetings.
That sounds busy. How do you prioritize your tasks, especially when you're working on multiple projects at once?
I use a combination of task management tools like Trello and a simple priority matrix: urgent versus important. I also set clear expectations with stakeholders about delivery timelines. For example, if I have a dashboard to deliver but also need to update documentation, I first check which is more critical based on project timelines and dependencies. I try to keep 15 to 30 minutes of buffer each day for unexpected issues.
Can you describe a difficult project you handled and how you managed it?
Certainly. About 8 months ago, we were rolling out a feature for our enterprise clients that required integrating CRM and payment data. The client requirements were evolving frequently, and our technical team had tight deadlines. I scheduled extra workshops with both the client and development team to clarify ambiguities. I maintained a dynamic BRD, business requirement document, tracked all changes with version control, and used data visualization to help the client see the impact of their requests. Though it was challenging, we completed the project on time and even received a commendation from the client.
Impressive. How do you handle miscommunication between stakeholders?
That's a common issue. I always document everything, including meeting notes and decisions. If there's misalignment, I organize a quick sync call to clear doubts instead of relying on email alone. I also repeat key action points in written summaries so nothing is lost. Transparency and clarification are key.
Let's talk about tools. Which tools or technologies are you most comfortable using?
For analytics, I regularly use Excel advanced level, SQL for database querying, Power BI for dashboards, and Tableau occasionally. For documentation, I use Confluence and Google Docs. For project management, I've worked with Jira, Trello, and Asana. I've also done basic Python scripting for data cleaning.
Excellent. Are you familiar with Agile methodologies?
Yes, our team follows Agile with 2-week sprints. I participate in sprint planning, backlog grooming, and retrospectives. I work closely with the Scrum Master and Product Owner. Being Agile helps us remain flexible and focused on delivering business value.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I'd like to grow into a senior business analyst role in the next 1 to 2 years, and eventually move into a product manager or strategy role. I'm interested in learning more about product market fit and customer behavior, so I'd like to be in a position where I can influence long-term business decisions.
What would you say is your biggest professional achievement so far?
Last year, I led a customer churn analysis project for a subscription product. I found a key correlation between churn rate and delayed onboarding steps. I proposed a small UI/UX change and a targeted onboarding email sequence. As a result, churn reduced by 17% over 3 months. It was satisfying to see how data directly impacted customer retention.
That's a strong example. Let's move to some soft skills. How would your colleagues describe you?
I think they would say I'm dependable and a good listener. I've often been the one who mediates when there are different viewpoints. I've also received feedback that I bring clarity and structure to meetings, which helps the team stay on track.
And what do you do when you disagree with a teammate?
I make sure I understand their perspective first. If I still disagree, I provide logical reasoning backed by data, not emotion. If needed, I involve a senior to mediate. The focus should always be on what's best for the project, not personal opinions.
That's mature. What do you like to do outside of work?
I enjoy reading business books and listening to podcasts about behavioral economics. I also like painting, and sometimes participate in local art exhibitions. Recently, I've taken up yoga for relaxation and focus.
That's wonderful. Before we wrap up, do you have any questions for me?
Yes, thank you. I'd like to understand what growth opportunities exist for a business analyst in your company. Also, how do you support learning and development?
Great question. We have a well-structured internal mentorship program. We also support certifications like CBA, PPMP, and offer LinkedIn Learning licenses. Growth is based on performance and initiative. Analysts can move into strategy, product, or analytics leadership roles over time.
That's really encouraging. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Priya. It was a pleasure speaking with you. You'll hear from us within the next few days regarding the next steps.
Thank you so much for the opportunity and your time. Have a great day.